I don't know if I even have the strength to do a Leafs episode right now. Can we just go to a Raptors episode or a Blue Jays episode and just scrap this Leafs episode right now?
And boom goes the dynamite.
Welcome, everyone, to, shall we say, the final episode of this ding-dong team, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Norbz, Cabrera, Tommy Lee, guys. We got so much to say. Let's just get into it, man. Me and Norbz won't even have time. We're so irate. We don't even have the time to greet each other because we haven't seen each other in a while online. So because we're so upset, let's get to it, Norbz. Man, the Toronto Maple Leafs losing to the Boston Bruins 2-1 in overtime. What happened in Game 7?
Hey, they just lost in overtime, plain and simple. They got beaten a punch. Pastrnak for Boston had a good scoring opportunity. He took advantage of the Leafs defense not being there solidly. So yeah, he scored the winning goal. He beat Samsonov, and that was it. The entire game, Leafs and Boston really put the pressure on each other. From the first period, second period, and up to the 9th minute of the third period, it was a highly entertaining match. Both Swayman and Samsonov played really well in those two periods. It was scoreless the whole time until middle of the third period, and that's where Nylander scored for the Leafs. Lindholm for Boston tied it up. Those two teams really put the pressure on each other. Like I gotta say, give credit to that. The shots were evenly matched, but yeah, the almost a 2-minute mark of the overtime period, Pastrnak just took advantage. It was a good opportunity. I think the puck bounced off the board or whatever, and then he was able to take advantage from there. So it is what it is. That's the recap.
Yeah, I'm just happy this is going to be the final episode for our Leafs for a while, guys. Norbz, let me be honest with you, Norbz. I don't know if I even have the strength to do a Leafs episode right now. Can we just go to a Raptors episode or a Blue Jays episode and just scrap this Leafs episode right now? Honestly,
the Raptors season is done. Like we did a recap show on that too. So, what more is there to talk about with the Raptors or the Leafs at this point? Like what? What else? What else can we talk about? It happened. Their season happened, and their ending happened like so.
I just think that I just don't feel like talking about this Leafs episode. I think it's best if we just talk about the Blue Jays right now or the Raptors. Honestly.
Coming from a huge Raptors fan, I don't even know what to talk about with the Raptors in these days. Until free agency hits, there is.
It was a joke, man. Relax. Okay. Catch on.
Doing your
Why are you so slow right
Come
now?
on, get on.
What is going on? Anyways,
the NBA playoffs is still going on, and the Raptors are not in the picture.
What I'm trying to say, Norbz and Tea Time, that was a joke. If you guys did not understand that, like my fellow great co-hosts not understand. Honestly,
understand.
It's like unbelievable. What else is new, Norbz and Tea Time viewers? What else is new with our beloved Leafs? Yes. Year after year after year after year after year. Let's go 3 more years. Year after year after year. 8 years with the Matthews, Marner, Nylander, and Tavares era. They fail again, and they don't get past the first round. They only got past the first round once, which was last year. In the past 8 years together, or 6 years, whatever, when they got Tavares. Who cares? yeah, it was a total letdown again. But are we surprised? No? Are we surprised, Leafs Nation? We're so numb to this, man. I was talking to my other customers at Equinox Bay Street, the best place in the world, and they're just they're not surprised. Norbs, they're not surprised. They weren't even upset.
Yeah.
They're like, you surprised, Tom? No, I'm not. I told them I'm not surprised. So
it's a good thing they're not as devastated. You know, they're accustomed to it. They're accustomed to failures of this team over the past several years.
Yep, the team of losers. The Maple Leafs are
lovable losers. I must say for the Leafs. Like
I don't know about the word lovable, but but honestly, like yeah, you know, great job for Pasternak. The guy shows up once and has to destroy our ear. He didn't show up for the whole playoffs. Good job, Pasta. Yeah. Good job.
At least he came the coach called him out for it too.
Jim was Keith,
coach of the Bruins, called him out.
Why don't we have him as our coach? I forget who the Bruins coach is. My apologies, Norbz, everyone. But like, why don't we have him? Like, we got Keith there. Oh yeah, the boys are trying hard. Yeah, oh yeah, we're giving it our all. Come on, man. Right after that disaster
he's also saying, "Let's have fun. Let's have fun."
Oh my!
That's Little League talk. That's Little League talk.
I'll be honest. I was not watching it. My brother did not watch it because to be fair to us, we don't want to jinx. Every time we watch the Leafs, they lose, so we didn't want to jinx the team, right? So I'm just flipping back, watching ESPN 30 for 30, Dennis Rodman, bad as I want to be, while the overtime's going on. Norbs, right? Classic. I don't know if you guys watched that episode. Watch it. It's an amazing documentary, Dennis Rodman. And then I go back and I see David Pasternak cheering, like, and I just knew, oh my goodness, my heart just sank. We had a 1-0 lead, but what do you know? Ilya Samsonov flips in the wrister again from the blue line and ties the game 10 seconds later. Surprise, surprise, Ilya Samsonov, right? And then of course, you know, when I saw Samsonov on the ice during the national anthem, my heart just dropped. I was like, oh my goodness, is Ilya Samsonov starting? Where's Joseph Wall? You know, where's Joe Wall? And then when they announced he's starting, I knew we were going to lose, Norbs. Game, set, match. He had a great game, though. Samsonov did have a great game. He made the stops. Our boys played it hard. It wasn't like the Bruins destroyed. It was 2-1, close overtime win. But I just, you know, I really feel bad. I don't want to be mean to the guy. I'm not trying to take a personal shot at Samsonov's character. He's probably a great guy. He's an okay goalie. But, I mean, my heart sank. I knew we were done. So there you have it, guys. Game 7. What is that, Norbs? What was TSN saying? Is the 4th time we've lost the Bruins the past decade in the Game 7?
That's here. The Leafs have just won one of their last 9 playoff series, and yeah, we've in the past years that we faced Boston, we've lost to them in Game 7s.
Has any other team
2013? Yeah.
Seriously though, has any other team lost 4 times in the Game 7 to another team? Can you recall? Please. Anyone, even tea time watching, any team lost to one team 4 times in the Game 7 in the past decade. I'm not saying the past 50 years. I'm not saying the past century. The past decade. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Leafs will have lost to the Boston Bruins 4 times in the Game 7. I am not joking. Check the stats. I mean, it is a disaster all around. We are the butt joke of the hockey world, Norbz, Cabrera, and Leafs Nation and Tea Time. I'm sorry to say, it's a disaster. We need to wake up. The new Maple Leafs CEO, I don't know who the new one. It's not Tim Lulicki anymore. It's somebody else that took over this year. Needs to wake up. Keith something, I forget. I apologize. I forget his name, but this guy needs to wake up and make changes.
I believe it's Pelly. Yeah, he's
Thank you, Pelly. Pelly, if you're watching this, make some darn changes to the team, please. 8 years now and counting. It's ridiculous. Anyways, you know, let's go on topic 2, Norbz. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just heated up. Norbz, I apologize. I'm just heated up over this. Of course, Norbz Cabrera is the level.
I bet you are.
On my co-host. I'm the one that's the Steve name that just blows up on everything. So please forgive me for that. That's good to have 2 dynamics. You got the level-headed coolness of Norbz Cabrera, and you got the explosive idiocy of Tommy Lee. It's a great dynamic.
We
Let's
got
go.
we got the super fan Tommy Lee. Every
And
time
of course,
there's big news happening with the Toronto teams and his beloved Raptors.
and of course, the lovely Brittany Nguyen, who just makes everything amazing on the show as our moderator. But yes, let me go to question 2 and cool down while you answer this, Norbz. Oh, here's it. What should the Leafs do in the off season? What should
Well,
they do in the off season?
well, I think the first thing that they gotta do is, I'm sorry, Sheldon Keefe. Get your walking papers ready.
Thank you. Thank you.
Your days are done. Your days are numbered as Leafs coach. I mean, that's the first and foremost thing that they can do, because trying to manage the core four, especially with Marner and Tavares, I think that's gonna be a next year's plan, because Marner and Tavares are still under contract until next season. They're gonna be free agents next season, and
Good.
they
Bye.
have no trade clauses. Like, they're not gonna waive that until they decide to, maybe next season, if they ever decide. But as of right now, there's no way to manage the core four. They're gonna be together for the time being for next season. So I think the only options that we have right now is to let Sheldon Keefe let him go, and also let Samsonov go in free agency. So that's the only two.
Thank you, Norbz.
That's the only two priorities that can happen in the off season. I don't know what else they need to do, but those are the two. Those are really the two that stands out to me. Their objective for this off season. I don't know if Shanahan is going to be involved in the mix there and changes, but that I wouldn't lose sleep over that, because he is still the president. He still has a job to do on his end, but it all depends on the MLSE CEO's decision, or MLSE's decision on what to do with Shanahan. But I wouldn't sleep over Brendan Shanahan, but I would definitely think that it's time for Keith to be let go, and also Samsonov to be a free agent and not offer him another contract. So yeah, those are just my two perspectives for this off season at this point in time.
Great take, Norbz. Great take. Can't agree with you more. The CEO is Keith Pelly. Yeah, so Norbz Cabrera is correct. The new CEO of MLSE is Keith Pelly. Just look it up. I mean, what you just said there. And once again, before I go on this tangent, I mean, I got nothing. Me and Norbz, we have nothing personally against any of these people. It's just based on business. And business states that we're not doing anything. We didn't do anything in the past 8 years in the Matthews era. Something's got to change. So, therefore, what Norbz said, Keith gone. He's going to look for a new house. He's out. Absolutely. Shanahan, Hall of Famer, a very, very knowledgeable hockey mind. I'm sorry, Mr. Shanahan, sir. You're gone. You're going to have to end up looking for a new house, okay? Wipe out that whole mansion, I believe, instead of Brad Treliving. Keep Brad, because he definitely knows what he's doing. Now, we're going to go with the players now. You got Marner and Tavares. I would seriously consider trading both of them in the offseason. Now, it's a huge, huge gamble, but I would try to at least trade both of them or one of them, but hopefully both of them. Maybe for a competent goalie.
Wait, there's no trade clause, because that's
yeah. Well, we send them to LA. Send them to Florida. Guarantee those two will jump on immediately.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Go to South Beach or at LA over there, but
and you also have to be mindful of the cap hit when they get dealt. So they're still paid like, a good amount of money for their final year on their contract. So yeah, I mean, the business side of hockey comes into that in mind. So
no. I appreciate it. That's why I love that you're my amazing beloved co-host, Norbz, because you get the finances in there as well, and you get the logistics. Absolutely, you're absolutely correct. Screw all that, whatever. Get rid of these two. Save a lot of cap money, right? If they can do it, a Treliving's a brilliant genius mind, right? If he'll find a way. If he can get these two, get back, have a lot of salary cap, so we can get some depth pieces around Matthews, Nylander, and Nice. Get some depth pieces around them, and get a goalie. I mean, I truly believe Norbz Joseph Woll was our future, but then the man is as brittle as glass. Okay, he cannot stay healthy. This guy, it's not his fault. It's not your fault, Joe. I'm not blaming you, but Game 7, we needed him, and he was injured. Like, we need a goalie that can show up and that can play for us and that can make saves. It doesn't have to be a superstar goalie like Vasilevsky or Bennington. It doesn't have to be like that. Just a decent goalie who can make stops in the playoffs would help. That's all. That's all we're asking. So I heard TSN. So as people don't know, TSNs are like National Sports Center in Canada. So they're saying, some of them are saying Mitch Marner for Saris, the goalie from the Nashville Predators. Straight up, yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it. Why not? Maybe we can throw in the pick or prospect to sweeten the pot for the Nashville. That would be a good deal. Tavares, for some young prospects. Like, draft picks won't help us right now because we still have Matthews and Nylander and Nice. I think we're in a win now mode. So get some young prospects, a bunch of them that they're fast, speedy prospects who are tough as nails that can surround the core of Matthews and Nylander and Nice. Like, I mean, do anything. It's not working. Like you said, Norbs, the four core is not working. It's 8 years in, man. Do something. One of those four better go. Because if I hear Keith Pelly saying everything's good, let's run this back, Keith Pelly is saying, Maple Leafs fans, we do not care about you. We just want your money. We are not here to win. That's what Keith Pelly is telling Leafs Nation. He better do something. Mr. Pelly, sir, you are on the clock. You better be very careful what you do next in the offseason and making decision. If I'm not, please correct me if I'm wrong, Norbs, because, I mean, the Toronto market, we are the mecca of the NHL, right, Norbs, if I'm correct? And all eyes will be on you, sir, Mr. Kelly. So you cannot fool the Leafs fan base. I am sorry. You cannot bring this whole thing back and say, we are here to win. We are here to put a winning product. Leafs fan base will turn on you, sir, Mr. Kelly, sir. So beware in what decision you're going to make.
I think it's Pelly.
So, I'm sorry. Sorry, I apologize. Pelly. Mr. Pelly, sorry, I apologize. Mispronounce your name. Mr. Pelly, beware of the next decisions that you are going to make. So it's good. Heads better roll. Changes better be made, Norbs, or else you're just telling the Leafs Nation fan base, we're not here to win. We're just here to take your money. So I agree. I agree. I'll even go far. One more thing. Morgan Riley. I think we should trade him. Shop him around too. Love the guy. I've interviewed him a bunch of times too. He's a great guy. Great character. But I mean, it's not his fault. But I mean, he's been there with us, what, 8 years with the Leafs now? Yeah. I mean, he's been okay.
It was part of that, signing of along with the core four, like around he was added around that mix to have this team put together to be supposedly a contending team. So yeah, he was added in the mix.
So Mr. Keith Pelly, sir, we are watching. We are watching. All right. But no, Morgan Riley, yeah, I think basically he's a stellar defenseman, but he just playoffs he hasn't been good. He hasn't been good. So I think it's time. Maybe we can shop him around, see if we can get some prospects for a decent goalie. But the main thing, I'm emphasizing decent goalie, Mars. We need to get a decent goalie. We're not expecting a superstar Hall of Fame goalie. We just want a decent goalie back that can stay healthy. Not Joe Wall's fault, but we need a goalie that can stay healthy, So anyways, I apologize for that tangent, Norbs and everyone. Therefore, it's not Norbs' fault that we're in the time limit. Now it was my fault. So,
yeah, my partner is fired up right now because it's on the heels of the Leafs loss. So I don't blame my partner Tommy here. Like he's so fired up with sports and he's passionate about it. So yeah, it is what it is.
So it's my fault that we're running out of time. So I'm going to give the last question to Norbs. Maybe if we have time, I can fill it in later on. But I will give Norbs the last platform for question number 3. Oh, my goodness. Here's question number 3, Norbs. You ready? Will the Leafs ever win the Stanley Cup?
Is that a trick question? Like, honestly,
I wish.
What do we like
What are we talking about?
in what sense are we asking this question? Literally, is it just for like kicks or
I have
like?
to do it. I'm
is
sorry,
it
Norbz. I have
like,
to do it, man. The viewers want to know. Probably thoughts on this.
okay, well, here's my opinion. Okay, I know that the Toronto Maple Leafs has a rich hockey history,
We
and
do.
their tradition, their winning traditions, and you know how rich they are in history when it comes to the NHL. I sure hope that MLSC will see that, you know, in the years to come, because not only that they're supposed to make money, not only that, you know, the revenue's coming in for the franchise, but they also have to realize how damn rich this team is in hockey history, and how rich they are in traditions and in winning 13 Stanley Cups in their prestigious history. And they have to realize that the Stanley Cup is based in Toronto. It's home to the city of Toronto. So I hope that MLSE realizes that in the very near in the years to come. Not only that they're making that they're so, you know, they're raking in the revenue, that they're bringing in the revenue for the team. Like they're making millions and millions of dollars through the tremendous fan base that they have, and they also have to realize that they are stewards in keeping that you know, richness in the franchise history of the team. So I hope that, like, I still wish that we can still see. I still wish that we can still see the Maple Leafs win the Stanley Cup one of these years, but it's gonna take a long time until MLSE realizes that they have to be stewards of this tradition, this great history of this Toronto Maple Leafs franchise. So I hope MLSE realizes that for their fan base.
Norbz camp once again, man. You know, oh man, we're just agreeing on everything. We're just hitting it on sides. We're agreeing too much lately. I don't like this. We're agreeing too much lately, Norbz. I don't
Agree
like
to
this,
disagree, my friend.
my co-host hit it right on. I'm just gonna go real quick because we're running out of time. That was my fault, by the way, that we're running out of time. It wasn't my beloved co-host here because I went on that tangent on question number 2. But he's right. I don't think we'll ever win the Stanley Cup in our lifetime. Sorry, Norbz. Sorry, Tea Time viewers. I think it's because, like you said, like I think MLSE knows that our fan base will pay for whatever product they put on the ice, no matter what. Tickets will be sold out. Talking like $1,000 in the nosebleeds. You know, merchandise sales. You know, like you know, hats and T-shirts and sweat jerseys will be sold off the roof because we love our hockey team. Therefore, we are the most naive fan base in the world. We don't get it. We don't understand it. We're like, why aren't we winning? Why aren't they doing anything? Hello, guys. It's because we waste money on them. No matter if they're the worst team in the league or the best team in the league. So MLSE is smart. Why should they bother? Why should they care? As long as we make the first round, we're going to sell out the house. Right? So, I mean, unless miraculously we stop buying their merchandise and stop going to their games, then they'll start to think, but that's not going to happen. Right, Norbz? Me and you know better. So, I mean, the only chance we got, and I don't care what anyone thinks or what Norbz thinks, we need Connor McDavid to come to Toronto. That's why I'm hoping Edmonton will never win the Stanley Cup while he's there. And that's, it sounds funny, Norbz. I mean, I'm just serious. I'm just so heated right now. I mean, the only person that can save us is Connor McDavid, and that's it. Like, I mean, without him coming, I don't know what we can do with this team. Matthews is a great player, Hall of Famer, but he's not going to lead. So he's a great player. He's trying, but he doesn't have what McDavid has. Not a lot to do what McDavid has. So I am going to say maybe our great grandchildren, Norbz, will see the Leafs hoist the Stanley Cup. So
I would think so.
In the
it will take another 10, 15 years. Who knows?
300.
They might
year 3000.
The Chicago Cubs streak of 108 years. So it's an entirely possible thing.
Norbz was so heated, he just froze on the screen. Norbz is so upset when he just froze on the screen there for a few seconds.
What?
He froze again. All right. Well,
You're freezing on me, sir.
I know, I'm freezing too. But anyways, guys, thank you for joining us. Sorry to have to end this quick on the time limit, but man, this is it for the Leafs. Thank goodness. This will be our final Leafs podcast, Norbz, before we start again. And the pain happens again. And MLSE does nothing again.
October.
Yeah, Keith Pelly will do nothing again. So, but let's what can we say? Let's hope, guys, that some Keith Kelly does something. So, anyways, thank you guys for joining us in this painful episode. Norbz, Cabrera, Tommy Lee. I am done with this team. Signing out.
On another note, please like and subscribe our podcast, Tea Time with Tommy, or else Tommy will throw tea at you.